what these near-death experiences are communicating is that we are immortal beings and that we retain the essence of our individuality after our death. And that there are countless numbers of these unseen worlds, planes or dimensions, maybe even other universes, that are inhabited by countless billions of souls. Some souls apparently reincarnate into this material world, but others don't. Others move on to dimensions we know nothing about. But some can move also between these three dimensions quite easily. Once they've left their physical body, they move between many dimensions in the soul world, and eventually they move into the dimensions in the spirit world. And they say, the people who are writing from the other side, they say there's no specific heaven or hell to which people can be consigned indefinitely. But there are states of being which can be compared to these. People can get stuck, for instance, if they don't believe that there's any life after death, they can get stuck in that belief until somebody comes and says, look, you're actually living in a world that's beyond the physical world and you need to move on towards the light. So they can be helped. There's always the possibility of help being given by people who have moved further towards the light, so to speak, and who come and rescue these souls who are stuck in what's called the Shadowlands. So another important thing is that underlying all this plethora of worlds or dimensions is the light and the love of the divine ground, which emanates from the highest plane of spirit and spreads out or sustains really all other worlds and all levels of reality, including our own, so that as you and I are talking, we're actually in this light, and our bodies are composed of this light, and our speech and our thought and our ideas really come from this divine ground which is permeating us all the time. So the cosmic ground of being has been described as an immeasurable ocean of light and love. We can't see this light unless we have this near-death experience when we do see it. But we and everything on this planet are apparently the embodiment and the creation of that light and love. And it wants to be known as such. It wants to be known that it is the ground, that it's there within us, and that we're beginning to communicate with it. And what I've learned from this is that everything in this world is sacred. It's a sacred creation. It's not something for us to use and abuse, but to treat with the greatest reverence. And as Jesus said in the Gospel of Thomas, I think Tim Freak mentioned this last week, that he said the kingdom of heaven is spread upon the earth and men do not see it. We can't see this light and we can't see the true wonder of what we are in the midst of, but it's there. So with this beautiful picture, which I took from the internet from some wonderful designer who made it, who I acknowledge, I wanted to use this as an image of the net of Indra, which is very much part of the Hindu and Buddhist cosmological traditions. It's such a wonderful concept because the silken strands of this great net extend to the far reaches of the universe. And at every intersection of the net is a luminous pearl. And the surface of every pearl reflects every other, with the process continuing and amplifying to infinity. And the pearls themselves represent the souls of animate beings, our own souls. And within each pearl there's a boundless universe of images and experiences. And through the unifying nature of this vast net, all life is one. So at the deepest level, we're all connected with each other. And it's such a wonderful image, this net of Indra. And I've written about it in my book on the soul. Because that is the soul, really. That is the great web of life. And all of us are connected through it. And I think the internet is making us conscious of our connections with each other and what can be done with them.